Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Let's see, making sure. Yeah, I've got my microphone on. I hope everyone's well. Okay. Larry girl, hi guys. Got my hands full. Can't say hi to everyone individually. It is so sweet of you to do that, or even try to do that. So you are, seriously, I don't know what I did to deserve such great people, but it must have been very, very good. So, thank you. Kathy W. Larry girl. Let's see. Hi, John, E. Watts, Mimi, KP65, and going forward. Is it Quiet Taylor? Keta Taylor? Not sure. Allison, my thoughts. Allison, E. Watt, John, Pelosi, Joyce, H, Jackie, Herbert, Gary, Jordan. Gosh, almost all the cool people are here, and there are more people coming. All right, so it is a great day in Miss Autumn's neighborhood. So what would you guys like to visualize? Rain on Australian fires? Absolutely. Absolutely. Sending positive energy to Australia. So much pain. There's so much pain there, and we wish them all the best, all the good energy, all the ecological balance that they're missing. Rain and cooling weather to the areas of Australia in desperate need of it. Absolutely, Larry girl. Hello, Linda. How is Trump's mental state today? Sally, that's a great thought. That's a great question. How is, let me write that down. How is mental, oh, I killed another one. I write a lot and I kill pens and, you know, another one gone. State today. Okay, Trump's mental state. Oh, maybe it might do something different. Let me see here. And put my little 2020 note card up there. Let's try the Housewives Tarot, because it's Trump, and I don't know. It just seems somehow fitting. We'll use the Housewives Tarot, not the manly dictator tarot. No, the smart, hardworking Housewives Tarot. Clotho's here. Okay, 1 second here. Oh my gosh, GM Dave, having a vegan vanilla pistachio cupcake today. Price to not overdo, $4 a piece. I'm so jealous. I'm vegan. I am vegan. I'm glad I'm vegan, but I actually don't have a choice in the matter. I actually can't eat anything higher on the food chain. So, oh, $4 vanilla pistachio cupcake. Gosh, that sounds good. But I don't drink either, so when I have a whole lot of sugar, as some of you long-term watchers know, if I have like a great big piece of cake, I get on camera and it's just like, let's do this, you know, like I'm on a game show. All right. How is Trump's mental state today? Yeah, I can feel all the icky energy against my third eye. He's such a bottom feeder. Energetically, he is a bottom feeder. And, you know, I'd feel sorry for him, but he's hurt so many people. He's hurt so many people. He has destroyed so many lives. Otherwise, I would weep for how dark and messed up his energy is. He did it to himself. How is Trump's mental state? Wanting to escape. Angry. Surprise, surprise. Trump's mental state. Confused. Oh, I just got, what was that notification? Breaking news. Former Trump, oh, hang on. I try to, if I get a breaking news, I'd like to share it. Former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn is unrepentant and should serve up to 6 months in jail, prosecutors say. Okay, I'm going to turn off my notifications. That's not helping. I like to share them if they're being useful, but that's not particularly useful. This darkness is otherworldly. I agree. Dolly. Yes, another live reading from Autumn. Same bat time, same bat station. Okay. How is Trump's mental state right now? He's undermining himself. And he's paranoid and thinking other people are undermining him. You know, in theory, this could be building. And she's got tools there of building. Oh, card just went flying. Trying to see if this will help it focus. There we go. That might help a little. But there are people, advisors, who are saying, you chose what? And he's undermining himself, but he's blaming it on everybody else. Who is surprised? Oh, I have to reach the card. Trying to reach the card. Okay. I got the card. It tried to escape. It's going, no, the Trump energy is so awful. Let me out of here. Yeah, if we have to suffer through it, so do you, card. In the past, oh, he thought he was the bad boy. He was the go out there and, and then all the blonde women at the rallies swooning over him. Ick. Center of the reading. He is in his emotions, but also this can also be in his cups, meaning not entirely sober all the time is what it feels like. I'm sensing a little bit of delusion, not reality, not completely connected. Base of the reading. Oh, more cups. 4 of Cups and 6 of Cups. It's like, oh, no, I should stop. Here, do you want some more? Well, sure, why not? So this is indulgence. This is personal, this is lower arcana, personal choice over indulgence. And if you're wondering which what he's indulging in, it's like, you start listing off the 7 deadly sins and they all apply to him. Pride, ding. Lust, ding. Greed, ding. Gluttony, ding. I mean, pride? What's it? Pride, lust, gluttony. Anyway, I can't remember them off the top of my head, I'll be honest. But last time I looked at the whole list, it was like, yeah, there you go. That's all of them. Meanwhile, hanging above him is this is my Empress card, which often is America. But Larry Girl, gotta go, guys. Bye. Oh, thank you for being here, Larry Girl. Thank you. Okay, so this is often my card for America with her book of recipes for success. But this is feeling like what he's doing is watering the Democrats' garden. And it's strengthening them, and it's strengthening the power of women overall in the country. So every mistake he makes is making it easier for Democrats to rise, because his nonsense fertilizes the ground for Democrats, I guess it's one way to look at it. Near future. Oh dear. Overburdened, and he's gonna, he's gonna get the smackdown. So that's interesting. What form is this justice going to take? What form is this justice going to take? This sounds like something that I'm happy to take the time to read. What form is the justice about to hit Trump? What form is that going to take? Let's see here. Well, Ten of Swords is usually that guy lying on the ground with all the swords in his back. A King of Swords, it's often, it has to do with communications or investigations or something like that. Swords are air signs, like Gemini, the communicator, that sort of thing. The King of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck was Mueller. And then we have the Star card, which it doesn't feel so much like hope. It feels like someone else taking the spotlight. Someone else looking like more of a leader than he does. Because there's just so much built up against him. And investigations are coming, and yeah, that's what that feels like. Investigations, his own, what he's done, plus the results of investigations are coming. So this Justice card is closer. At least it's not in like final outcome or what we're hoping to see or something. At least it's, he's not going to be a happy bunny. Okay, home environment. Well, if he tries to move, it's going to make a huge mess. No, this is the Tower. Home environment, yeah, it's all coming down around him. People around him they don't trust him. They don't like him. He knows in his lucid moments that he's surrounded by sycophants. And as much as he enjoys that, he's not able to get the best people. He's not able to get the people he wants to work for him, to be around him, to do what he wants, most importantly, because he's a raging narcissist. All right, hopes and fears. Well, he's afraid it's all going to just be a mess. The party's gotten out of control. It feels like he's afraid that his vices are going to be found out. Because even his base would not be pleased if the president was, if it came out that the president was not sober and not with alcohol, but with something else. That would cause a major problem for him. It used to be that nothing could take him down, but his fear is that it's going to come out. That's what it feels like. I don't know this for a fact. It's just I've read on this I don't know how many times, and it always comes up the same way. He's on something. He's not sober. All right, I'm going to take just a sip of my cocoa here. Michelle, good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Up with my granddaughter all night. Oh, I hope she's okay. Who is not sober? I just arrived. I don't think Trump is sober, and I don't think we're talking about alcohol. But that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. I have no basis. I have no factual basis for that, but except just his actions and what I've been getting in readings for years now. What other people see. Boy, the cards really are on point today, aren't they? What do other people see when they look at Trump? Yeah. And I don't think it's his snazzy outfit. That's not it. All right, final outcome. The current question is, how is Trump's mental state today? Okay. Seven of Pentacles, meetings, things he has to do. But it's a gamble. It's a gamble, him going out and trying to appear sober. This is feeling really bad. Maybe, I mean, who knows? I'm just, how do I put this? I'm just reading on the collective energy, which is what we can all do. And some people just have more experience than others, or allow themselves to tap in more for whatever reason. But it's just, I'm getting someone here who is, these are the cards, if this was anyone else, and there was even a hint of non-sobriety, I would say these are the cards of a functioning addict. And a barely functioning addict. An addict who's about to go under. That's what that feels like. Make of that what you will, but he's still attempting to do his job now and then, but it's a crapshoot. And I mean that in the gambling way. Craps as in dice. Whether or not he's going to be able to pull it off. And yeah, there is some dementia there, definitely. There's some, but this reading feels very, very much about his own addictions. That's what it feels like. Okay. That was a great first question. I love that deck. Got it for myself a few months back. Hi, Marjorie. There's Kathy W. right there. Our warrior queen. Kathy W. is in the house. We are safe. And going forward, I love that deck of cards. Kathy W. Always a pleasure. Michelle. John Pelosi. The Donald could definitely be listed as worst dress president ever. Yes. Michelle Taylor Amber. My empathetic vibe agrees with you. Are you talking, then I usually go into, in this channel, I go into the name Autumn, actually, rather than Amber. So unless there's an Amber on the chat, I have not seen. But is the U.S. electric grid going to be hit? Okay, sure. Is the U.S. electric grid going to be hit? And just for the record, I got the name Autumn. It was actually a viewer actually gave me that name because I started the channel without using a name for myself. My name isn't actually Autumn. I have a very distinctive first name. Very distinctive. It's something you've probably, maybe you've heard it once or twice in your life. And so I can't use it without it being like, hello. So one of the viewers named me Autumn because I love Halloween so much. I was like, okay, I like it. So I've been Autumn ever since when I do this. So someday I'll make videos under my own name. But yeah, someday when you know my name, my given name, you'll be like, yeah, you can't blend with that. you can't blend with that. Okay. Mango Mussolini. Mark. Autumn, kudos for your endurance. 12 days was just a start. You go, girl. Thank you. Love that deck. Agree with you 100%. Please forgive me. Oh. My real name, Michelle, is Kindlin, so I get it. Oh, there's nothing to forgive. There's absolutely nothing to forgive. I'm so grateful you're here. I'm so grateful for all of you. I mean, like I said, I don't know what I did to deserve you guys, but it was wonderful. Whatever it was, You are good karma. You are good karma in my life. And I hope I bring some good energy to yours. All right, is the U.S. electric grid going to be hit? That is a very useful question, especially with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction on Sunday at noon, with all of those planets all together. Uranus is on the ascendant in Taurus, and Uranus, which can be a bolt out of the blue, on Taurus, which is a very practical, physical world. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know because I don't know what form that Uranus is in Taurus on the ascendant is going to take, and that's kind of the thing with Uranus. You never know because it is out of the blue. But anyway, is the U.S. electrical grid going to be hit? Oh, it is being. There is cyber security on our electric grid. I am feeling it like it's like the NSA and every other, just bag full of letters you can think of is like, oh, try me. Oh, go ahead. Try me. So, goodness, I'm feeling, just the U.S. electric grid. It's kind of like if you put a dog in charge of protecting something, and someone walks up to the fence and the dog's quiet, but it's just looking at you like, try it. Just go ahead. And it's like, whoa, okay, no. But he's watching you. He's watching. Or she's watching, whichever. You're just like, okay, I really should walk away right now. And whoever's going to go after our electric grid really should walk away. That's what this is. That's what the energy feels like. Three of Wands. Yeah. Our government, they have it. We got this. It's clean. It's okay. Why are you not focusing? Focus. They got this. Taken care of. It's clean. It's done. That's how it is. That's the energy I'm getting there. In the past, it was an open system for far too long, where all kind of boogaboos could come forward and go, ooh, let's play here. The center of the reading. There are, believe it or not, this feels like politicians who threw money at this that actually made some good decisions about throwing money at this. That's what that feels like. Face of the reading. Oh, I shuffled. These two cards just came up in the reading for Trump, but base of the reading, they get attacked. The grid gets attacked. Try again. Different way. Try again. Different way. Try. It's just a constant. They're constantly trying. Above the reading. Yeah, these are mischief makers. These are serious attacks. These are like foreign actors and yikes kind of levels of things. These are very, very smart, very, very destructive word people. Just trying to make a mess. Like, did you see the Die Hard movie where they were talking about a fire sale? Yeah. Near future. Okay, the Page of Pentacles, it isn't so much, it can, in this card, it can look like he's like throwing things, but actually it's very controlled. This is keeping things clean, keeping maintenance going, making sure the antivirus stuff is up to date, and this is handling it. So I think, you know, everything I'm getting so far is very clearly we are going to be fine. I'm just adjusting this to make sure my quality of video is good enough for you guys. Okay, there, I fixed it. I fixed it so I can see it better. Home environment. We're good. That's what that feels like. Right now, we're good. You know, for the most part, other than obviously parts of California that get brownouts or, you know, other than the odd thing in general, we're just, you know, tripping along. Unfortunately, ecologically destroying ourselves, but so far so good. We haven't hit that water yet. Yay. Ugh. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fear. It's just fear that someone's going to drop the ball, or someone's going to stumble across something that can get past the defenses. What we see, if you, again, you try it, you are going to be brought in for questioning. You're going to have FBI knocking on your door. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. And final outcome. My grandpa made it to 105, 2 months shy of 106. Happy birthday, Nan. Absolutely. Okay, final outcome. Well, people are still going to try. A lot of this just, people are still going to try, but it really, a lot of this just feels like normal life continuing. And they'll keep trying, but people are just going to live their lives. So I think our electric grid is actually, I'm glad you asked, because I actually have more faith in our electric grid now and security of it than I did before this reading, because the energy is strong. So thank you. That was a great question. Happy birthday, Nan. Happy birthday. People should really consider solar panels to cover the electrical insufficiencies. Absolutely, GM Dave. And it doesn't hurt that my nephew actually sells solar panels. That's what he does for a living. All right. Oh my gosh, happy 108th birthday, Nan. Have a great day. That is wonderful. Okay, let's see. When will the Republicans turn on Moscow Mitch? Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, let's look at, okay, Republicans turning on Moscow Mitch. And when, let's look at, I haven't looked at this in a while, Ivanka and Jared. Okay, those are the next two things I'm going to read on here. I think I'm just going to stick with this deck today. So we're just going to do Housewives Tarot. When? That is the only question I want answered, yet the only one they can't answer. When will Trump be going? It has to do with levels of him going. Right now he's being seriously weakened and undermined. His support has to crumble in different ways. And it is. It's just, it has taken longer than any of us wanted. And, you know, if you could see me, I could show you my gray hair. The gray hair I have now that I didn't have then. Okay, so we're looking at when are Republicans going to turn on Traitor Moscow Mitch. The traitorous... normally, I don't make fun of what people look like because, you know, you're born with what you're born with, and I I don't, but some people are just so awful that it's like, I don't want to make exceptions, but gosh, it's like you're begging for me to make an exception and talk about what a horrible turtle you are. But it's that little look of glee he gets when he's doing something rotten. When he's up there making a speech, and you can tell he's just pleased that complaining about the Democrats because he thinks they've made a mistake. That smug little smile, it's really that's really icky. But when are Republicans going to turn on Moscow Mitch? Yeah, for some reason I'm hearing in my head his wife's in trouble. She doesn't know. His wife is going to be in trouble. I don't know anything about that, but okay. Republicans turning on Moscow Mitch. Republicans turning on Moscow Mitch. Oh, and for the record, anyone who wants to look good, there's an absolute certainty. The one thing that will make you attractive is being nice. Okay. Being a good person. Republicans turning on Moscow Mitch McConnell. Oh, it's at the bottom. Okay. It feels like at the bottom. He's at the bottom. This not this card, but he's closer to the bottom than he realizes. It looks like the Republicans are still putting up a united front. But hang on, I'm just feeling an urge to put 3 cards down on this. Or 4 cards down on this, because I'm me. It feels like the Republicans are putting up a united front. But, oh, yeah. Notice how the Pentacles, I get Pentacles for Republicans. I've got King of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Tower all together. They seem united. They seem strong. There's some disappointments coming. It feels like he's not going to be smiling for that much longer. So this is all together. That's what I just felt like I needed to pull that. So there we go. All right, in the past, are the Republicans going to turn on Mitch McConnell? In the past, they just went along with it. They hate Trump. They hated Trump before. They hate him now. Well, except for Graham, of course, who, you know, he'll stand with any bully. Anyone stronger to be on the in team and be safe that way. But they went along with it. Republican Party, hook, line, and sinker. Center of the reading. Oh, right now, for the most part, they are with Mitch. Their own fortunes in the future are not looking good, but right now they are still one happy family. But again, this is strengthening. The base of this is stupid mistakes, lack of transparency, lack of fairness is just giving the Democrats more water, fertilizer to allow them to grow, and the Queen of Cups over here to just be just very smugly, like just biding her time. Just biding her time until she has complete power. All right, above the reading. I love this deck. The High Priestess, this says, I don't know if you can read it, but it says, secret syrup, the mysteries of the universe are sweeter than you know, with grade A butter. This is secrets or higher wisdom, but this is the Queen of Wands, who is Pelosi, and this expression on this person's face. Trump's secrets, the secrets the Republicans are keeping for Trump, and her going, really? Look at this? This? Really? Really? So that's what's hanging above them. So it's the energy of Democrats above and below that are really closing in. Near future. Swords. 4 of Swords and 5 of Swords. This is tactical stuff. This is a tactician. This is McConnell being a tactician. It's also Pelosi being a tactician, Schumer being a tactician, but this has to do with them all working to outmaneuver each other. That's the near future. Home environment. This is just McConnell feeling like he's in the catbird seat. That he has, this may be the card of the hangman, but it feels like he believes he has the Democrats hanging by a thread. That he has all the power. He has drunk his own Kool-Aid. Whew. All right. Hopes and fears. No, they're afraid they're going to, the Republicans in general are afraid that they are going to get the smackdown, as it were, for having supported Trump, who is a man-child. And I hate to even say that too, because it sounds like I'm insulting children. There are many children who would make much better presidents than Donald Trump, and that's the truth. What we see, he's messing up. Trump's messing up the world. This is supposed to be about our Republicans going to turn against Mitch McConnell, but Trump's energy is all over this thing. All over this thing. And McConnell is, he is so loving the power, it's gone to his head. All right, are they going to, okay. Yes, eventually, and when they do, it's going to be in a hurry. It's as emotion builds, as fear builds against what Trump is doing, as people get upset about what McConnell's doing, the Republicans, and this has to do with legislation, or this is his work. Perhaps it's the trial related, but this chariot feels like it's doing this chariot. This station wagon feels like it's doing a 180. It happens suddenly. Can we get any more details about that? Tell us more about the circumstances and what's involved. Okay, why? Goodness gracious, that's 3 cards. Talking about moving quickly. All right, looking at those 3 cards. Judgment, Magician, Major Arcana, 10 of Wands, Burden, 3 of Wands, which is steadily working right through it and also looking back at what you've accomplished. So suddenly those cards get better. But someone's just being a brat. So that 180, the Judgment feels like Trump being judged for his stupid actions. People like Pompeo going out there trying to, say, no, we're not going to attack cultural sites. That was never, I think even this morning he said, that was never the plan. That is never the plan. That'll never happen. If you read what he said carefully, if you look at what he wrote carefully, you'll see made up message that I'm making up off the top of my head. That's Pompeo this morning. And it's getting tangled. The message is getting tangled. And then it's just going to be a matter of, this feels like a very, a quite empty room when they see people, they see their followers. It's like, it feels like fewer Republicans going to the town hall meetings in individual congresspeople's home districts. I don't know. Yeah, but and then it's people running. This is people running amok. This is when they just start acting out on their own. So is this sooner or later? Because it still feels a little vague, but the strongest, this is the strongest card in the whole reading. And that's that station wagon doing a 180. Republicans doing a 180 on Mitch and Trump and that whole thing. Oh, Queen of Pentacles there. They're tired. They are fed up with making excuses for Trump, for Trump's behavior. Sick to death of it. Fed up, and having to constantly, being essentially the Republicans being patted on the head that, oh, you just fall in line. And then get chased by reporters who are asking you valid questions, and you're like, no, they're so sick of him. They are so sick of him. It's just a matter of critical mass. I'm not getting anything in particular, though. I would think there would be like one thing, and then suddenly it would be that 180. The government. Fear they're going to lose the government. Fear they're going to lose what power they have in the government. Internal polls, that's what that feels like. I think it's going to be their internal polls are going to start showing real weakness, and that's it. They'll hang in there, and then they'll finally just be like, okay, that's it. So that is what I am getting for that. So next we're going to look at Ivanka and Jared. Happy birthday, Lords. I take care of my special needs granddaughter every day. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Republicans have been on a lower vibrational level since forever. Yes. I went to Trump Tower in the early days and was repelled by the energy. Hated him ever since then. That's good. Being exposed, Autumn, you mean Trump? Or what I got there was what I got in that reading was it's the internal polling. It's just they're going to just keep going until the internal polling, they really can't deny it. And it doesn't even feel like public polls, it's their internal polling. Anyway, Ivanka and Jared. I need a few indictments to make me feel better, says Harry's mom. Yes, indeed. Will Iran hit Saudi Arabia? I don't want anyone to be hurt, but at the same time, if on a 40,000 foot view level, rotten people fighting with each other. Yeah, I don't want to see anyone getting hurt, but there's this part of me that's like, But no, innocent people would be hurt, and there would be collateral damage, and that would be bad. But right now, we're going to look at the Blunder twins. Ivanka and Jared. The spoiled ones. Who, right after Daddy Trump was elected, it came out that Ivanka and Jared got into a huge fight in their marriage over who would be president next, Ivanka or Jared. Yeah. They're still, what I'm feeling is they're still baffled that people don't like them. Because they went along with what people around them in New York were doing and did what their families were doing. And then they got sucked into this whole alt-right Republican morass, meaning like a swamp. That wasn't me. That wasn't me swearing. Oh, 2 for what we see. So, Jared and Ivanka. Yeah, they're just baffled. What do you mean people don't like us? We're wonderful. People here are just mean then because we're pretty and we're rich and we're lovely. Yeah. They are focusing on their kids, which is good. I will say that. They're not completely absent parents. They're not, it feels like not only are they're not actually abusing their kids, but they're like, they're causing psychological damage that they don't understand right now that they're doing, but they're doing the best they can and they are making a real effort. So I am feeling that. And anyone who is doing their best for kids, you automatically get a little credit from me for that. So in the past, this is Ivanka in her book. Have you ever looked at her book? It's full of quotations and it was nothing. It's now, I feel sorry for the trees that were cut down to print that drivel. The center of the reading. The swords hitting Papa Trump are hitting them too. Base of the reading. They're feeling attacked. Wherever they go, they are in the spotlight and they're feeling attacked. Above the reading. They're especially Ivanka, but they're confused. The way things are done in Washington, D.C., they don't understand it, how people are able to maneuver around the rules and the level of how vicious people can be. They're used to being pampered and they're used to people falling all over themselves. Just because they have money, people treat them like they're special. And that's just sad. Okay, near future. This is linked to the other one. We're back to the burden and growing feelings of unrest, growing feelings of a new level of emotional overflow. That's coming. That's the near future, and that has to do with Trump and McConnell and what have you. But they are caught. They are completely caught in that tide. Home environment. In the Rider-Waite, I get the Queen of Wands for Pelosi, but in this deck, just as often it feels like the Queen of Cups is Pelosi. And I mean, just look at that expression. That is such a Pelosi expression. Really, dear. Really. So that is there. Oh, that's right. I have 2 over here. Hopes and fears. Yeah, most of the time they just want to hide, and they are hiding right now. They're hoping they can hide. They can just, I'm not here. Try to stay out of the way. I got 2 questions for what we see. This is them. This is their partnership. And this is them looking at each other when what's around them is not reinforcing their own beliefs about who they are and their importance in the world and all this kind of stuff. But them being there, and let alone everything they do, is still just feeding the rise of the Democrats. The nepotism. I mean, they cannot comprehend the idea that nepotism is a bad thing. It's all they've known. I mean, what else have they ever done that wasn't related to nepotism? But that plus Trump's policies, their promotion of whatever Trump does, and when he's done really heinous things, that they didn't quit, that they didn't say, okay, I need to leave. It's empowering the Democrats, and that's what we see. All right, I got 4 cards for the final outcome. Got more judgment here. Well, this is them definitely flying away. People turning on them. This, even though this grandmother here has this huge knife in her hands, this feels like, as Lena calls her, Mother of Dragons, Ivana. Or going back to getting out of the way at the family home, the not their home, but like the parents' homes, or going away to retreat. This is a retreat after all kind of judgment is coming down on them. So tell us more about that. Tell us more about that judgment coming down on Jared and Ivanka. Because again, they are absolutely caught up in this burden and overflowing emotion and judgment. And so they retreat, but tell us about the judgment, or well, we have the Knight of Wands, who's trying to attack whatever way he can, saying, I've had enough, thanks. And then, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With complete denial of policies my father has. The judgment, this is, I've had enough. This is, again, I'm going home, I'm leaving, I'm going back into my little cocoon of money and what have you. This is what we want to know about. And I'm pulling the first 4 cards right off the top of the deck because I feel like that's what I should do. This is more what form, because if that was the Knight of Swords, it'd be like, okay, information's going to come out, but that's not what that Knight of Wands is. Oh, but definitely these things are going to come out. Everybody looking through the windows. A sword of truth. Everybody looking through the windows. Can't clean it up fast enough. Can't clean up the mess fast enough. And just the parties that have gone on, just the indulgence that has gone on. I think when Trump's financial information comes out, it's going to be also, about the company, and that's going to involve Ivanka. And who knows, I believe there are people trying to get information about Jared's finances too. Is that what this is about? Pentacles. Yeah, their indulgences, their illusions and delusions. But this is all about money and indulgence. And us seeing how lazy and entitled they've been. And yeah, this just feels like indulgence, 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 indulgence. So it's not good. It's not good for them. Is it legal? Is it like illegal stuff they've done? Or is it just the sheer amount of, let them eat cake? Or, well, that's the emperor. So it is definitely about Trump. Donald Trump, tub of lard. How they've made their money. How they've made their money. This is the generosity card, which is also how, because Ivanka can't, like everybody else in her family now, can't be on the board of a charity for at least 10 years in New York State because they were so awful. But this is how they made their money. That's what this feels like. And then they're going to try to just go back into a cocoon. That's what I'm getting so far. I'm not getting, I'm not getting like they're going to be walked somewhere in handcuffs. And if they deserve it, that's unfortunate. But that's what I'm getting for now. We will check in again in future. We shall. Sienna, hello, you wonderful, talented woman. And Kathy is here. Kathy is still here. Kathy W., our queen, our warrior queen, our protector. And, all right. I can do maybe one more reading. I'm getting tired, but I can do maybe one more. And then tomorrow I will be back. Same pumpkin time, same pumpkin channel on the Black and Orange channel, named for Halloween, my favorite holiday. I'm doing some shuffling here on my lap, so it's quieter. So that's why there's nothing here. It's just, you can see if you can see anything moving on the clock, you can see that it hasn't just gone frozen. I'm just trying to shuffle and not deafen all of you. We appreciate you doing this for us every day. Oh, well, Michelle, thank you so much for being here. And can you read any messages from Spirit for the collective community? Sure. I would be happy to do that. Any messages from Spirit? Let's do a little. But I feel like I should do, I will do that now, but I feel like I should do one more political. Somebody here has a really good political question. They do. They just do. And I feel like I'm supposed to just sit here until you speak up. So, but here, it collects from Spirit for our little community here, our wonderful community full of wonderful, wonderful people that my best friend has started calling Miss Autumn's neighborhood. So, for the community, gosh, your energy is so much nicer than this stuff I read on. Oh my gosh, I'm serious. It's like, oh, I just want to nap on these cards. I feel like I can breathe. You are high vibration. You are a high vibration. You care about other people. You're trying to search, and you're having a better life because you are making good choices about how, how caring about the vibrational level you are living at. Then we have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. And this has to do with working together. This is crafting together. And us, again, in keeping our vibration up, and then working with the people around us to try to better, everyone. Then I've got it's going to take some hard work. And it always seems like, we think about spirit and we think of a very immaterial world. But the reality is that, we have to do the icky jobs. I will admit this freely. This morning, I cleaned my toilet. Because that's what you have to do this afternoon. I'm going to do more laundry. It's just, this is what you have to do. You have to get in there. You just got to do the icky jobs when you have to do them. But you're living in the material world, and these are things that allow yourself and other people to keep, in a nicer home, more pleasant. The energy of your home being nicer. And this is, still working toward your dreams. Do not give up on your dreams. I'm hearing that very clearly. Do not give up on your dreams. Your dreams of happiness and family, and your dreams just of what you really want in your heart. Because good things come to those who are making the right decisions every day. I mean, if you saw me, if you spent the whole day with me, for the most part, you'd be bored to tears, because I do the same kind of things every day, and there's very little drama in my life, very little. So that is what I'm going to tell you about that, and it's a really wonderful message. That was a great question. Okay, so let me look here for one more political. It's imperative to clean the toilet for sure. Exactly. Are Iran and Iraq going to join forces against the U.S.? Maybe. No. Actually, I'm saying maybe I would read on that. What I'm feeling is, no, they've got their own issues. But hang on. All right, everything is kind of going by quickly. A lot of my family died or were stricken by polio. I am so sorry, John. What is Pence up to? Measuring the curtains in the Oval Office. I love no drama. Marianne Williamson is... Okay, here, that's okay, let's do that. Are all of the Republicans compromised by Russia? Is that why they're acting like this? That's a really good question. Let's do that. Are all or most Republicans compromised by Russia? And I'm so sorry, I didn't see who asked the question, but the question about reading on Marianne Williamson. She's got her own path, and it's not in politics. I'm seeing the back of her as she's walking away, and I don't know that reading on her would help a lot, but all right. most of the Republicans compromised by Russia? Great question. See, I said you guys have great questions. You do. And even if I don't read on something or I don't go into it right now, a lot of times I read on what I feel like I should read on. So please don't feel slighted or that I don't care. And I go back and I read everything you write during the live stream. I go back and read everything. So you're not ignored. You are absolutely not being ignored, trust me. Are the Republicans, are most or all of the Republicans, well, not all, but are most of the Republicans compromised by Russia? Certainly we're asking about the Republican leadership, but are most Republican politicians, let me put are most Republican politicians compromised by Russia? Mother Russia. Пожалуйста. Большое спасибо. Literally what jumped in my head was tickle your fancy. Trying to tempt them. Trying to tempt them. Whether they succeeded or not, I don't know. That's what came to mind in the past. They had a lot of power, and the Democrats were down in the dumps because, we thought it was going to be Hillary, and possibly both houses of Congress being Democrat, and whoosh, that turned on its head. And also this feels like Republicans, because we always see the other side being stronger than they really are, when Trump says those Democrats, they stick together, they're so disciplined. And us Democrats over here going, what? Really? Really? I don't see it, but okay, we'll just pretend that's happening. But this is also those lazy Democrats. They are successful and they don't even do anything, and they just want to give handouts, and you've heard the drill. Ten of Swords keeps coming up. No matter how much I shuffle, this card keeps coming up and coming up. If they are compromised, that's what this is right there. It's a whole bunches of them. Base of the reading. Their extracurricular activities have made them vulnerable, certainly. That's what that feels like. Above the reading. Exact same two cards again, and I pulled these randomly out of the deck, and they're in the same place, hanging above. This is how things are done in Washington, D.C. Dangerous bullies and twisting the norms, the rules, the possibly laws to try to get things done. So they're used to, most of the Republican politicians are used to a level of ickiness that the rest of us would be like, oh, I'm going home. Near future, that is our President Tub of Lard, his time coming up. This is also when our President Tub of Lard had casinos go bankrupt, because we know that this is the near future, and this is the president, his time coming up. But this also harkens back to when the casinos went under, even though Trump senior as in Donald Trump's father, Fred, bailed him out with millions of dollars illegally over and over and over. Home environment. They really do want there's a background of wanting a 1950s white America. That's make America white and misogynistic and as racist as possible again. That's what that feels like. Hopes and fears. Oh, that's Nancy. That's Nancy pointing out their hypocrisy and the garbage they've done and the garbage they're doing. So I'm not getting, so far I don't have Russia here, but we've got the final outcome and we've got okay, this is what we see. The term that's coming to mind is hell in a handbasket. That they're just making, they've just embraced Trump and they're just running full speed ahead with the risk. I don't know, hoping to make choices and gain and what have you, but no, it's the risk. They have risked it all. Final outcome. I'm not feeling Russia here. I'm feeling their own narrow viewpoint, wanting that genetic homogeny, keeping women at home, little boys being treated better than little girls, getting more education, having more expected of them. So let me pull this again because we're asking about are most of the Republicans compromised by Russia, because I'm not feeling it. We know some of the leadership is, but I'm getting it isn't there. It's their own myopic view of things is why they're doing this. Strength, backstabbing, and the world. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any feeling of Russia in this. No, they can be manipulated. They can be manipulated by playing on their pride. By playing, people who don't have an open mind are the most easily manipulated. The people who have the least knowledge, the people who, we know Putin is playing Trump like a Stradivarius because Trump doesn't read, and he's a raging narcissist, and Putin is wildly manipulative and could pretty much, he isn't as impressive. We shouldn't make him out to be some, Svengali, mesmer kind of person, because he's not actually that impressive, but he has been trained. He does know how to manipulate things, how to manipulate people. And when it comes to manipulation, I think for people like most of us who, we don't really want to manipulate people. I know I don't want to manipulate anybody. That's just a lot of effort, and I got stuff to do. It's mean, and I don't want to do it for that reason, but also it just sounds exhausting, doesn't it? But for someone like Putin, manipulating Trump, talk about trying to hit the broadside of a barn. So, I think that most Republicans, they're being manipulated, and it's their own lack of open-mindedness and other ways to look at the world that is what's causing them to go along with this garbage. So that is that. Okay, so I'm afraid I'm tired. I'm gonna have to go. But I am so glad you were here. I am so grateful to all of you, and especially Kathy W. You are amazing. You are absolutely amazing, and thank you. And oh, and there's Sienna chiming in again. One of the most talented people around and anywhere. And yeah, so I'm going to thank all of you, Noelle, and I know Sue Ellen, Larry Girl had to go, and Sue Ellen isn't here today, but I'm so grateful to our moderators, and I'm so grateful for you. So just blessings on all of you, all the positive energy, and I will be back tomorrow. All right, hopefully I'll see you then, or at least I'll see you soon if you can't come tomorrow. All right, thank you.